verify your email and all that jazz.
Big old party when all this is done.
Thank you, Padre.
Thank you, Father. Amen.
Thank you so much, Father. Amen. And I want to continue to remind everybody that if they have any other prayers that they would like to share, we welcome all prayers from all religions and denominations. That is a united prayer that Father shared with us, so it is non-specific, but we would love different prayers. We support you all.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Amen.
All right, and welcome to the stream. Who have we got here? We've got everything's a psyop. Squirrel, how you doing? Steve-O, commercial sound and video. Scratch, how you doing?
Break for
A few
update.
others will pour in hopefully
Yes,
soon.
it would
Yep,
be
here they
beautiful
come.
to get in some.
So what's happening in
prayers
Ottawa,
from our
Canada?
different,
Trucker strike is strong and
from our
hard.
different
Hey, Steve-O.
native backgrounds, spiritual,
Yeah, we've had some
whatever you
developments.
practice, whether
I've
it's
seen the police starting to
atheism,
put up barricades,
we
which
just
is a
would
problem.
like everyone to be safe
We
and
got
to
to
be
take a look
heard
at
in
that.
a way that is
We'll see if we can find that.
non-confrontational. We do not allow religious
They're claiming it's
discussion,
for
but we
crowd
do
control,
accept
but
prayers, and you're
because
so
too many
welcome for
people
that.
are going in.
Go
But
ahead.
I don't think that they
Yeah,
should
this
be
is
able to do
Nitro
that.
and Niagara on
And
the Lake.
even
I
if it's
just
just a
was
limit
told by the conveners
crowd
they're getting
control.
ready to
Hey,
roll.
G. Hey, MK Ultra.
Is that the Niagara to Toronto
Um,
convoy?
Crystal Shaman, hi.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah,
Everyone.
even if
I
it's
know
just
that
to help
we're
control
not
the
going to talk
crowd,
about any rumors around fundraising
that's
or
really not a
donating
good
or
way
any
to
of that
control the
stuff. But
crowd because
I'm wondering if
that
anyone
limits the
has
flow,
a
and you
legit
could get
Bitcoin
overcapacity
or
inside,
other
and
crypto
people could just
address
get stuck.
for donating
So
to the convoy.
barriers
If
are not a good
anyone
answer for
actually
that,
has
in
that,
my
and it's
opinion.
a legit
I
address,
don't know
we'll
what
cross-reference it against the
really
blockchain.
what
But
other
I'd
purpose they
like the
serve other
real
than
one
to
so I can
limit
disseminate
people's movement.
it to people who want to help out.
So that's what's going on in Canada right now. And you guys are revving up for a trucker strike. So you guys will have to learn your lessons from the failures and successes that we have. Yeah, it affects the U.S. as well. Yeah, it does. Well, you guys are revving up for it too, yeah. Hi, Finest Planet. How you doing? Hi, Gigi. And Meta. How you doing? Singeman. Hi. Yeah, so we're revving up in Canada. Looks like they're getting ready to make their move, whatever their move is going to be. Finally installing barriers. So that's not a good development. I also have questions about these police officers that they have sent out to patrol this area while they're installing these barriers. Yep, right. Don't use GoFundMe. Um, they have taken the money from the truckers. Another avenue for donating to the truckers will open up. Be right back. Thank you. Are you going to find something for us, Finest? That would be nice. Yep, GoFundMe is awful. Everyone who donated, if you would please put in a request to your bank for a refund. That will cost them, hey, show me Squatch. That will cost them $15 per refund, plus the amount of the refund. And that has a good possibility of breaking GoFundMe. We could break that corporation too. We saw recently that Facebook just took a dive. They're just full of nannies and soccer moms exchanging photos of their kids. So this is a good time at the moment. Have the truckers go on live and put some information out that they can reach and grab, and have people send them money, each individual. Yes, excellent, Steve-O. If you can find out where that is for us and post that in chat, that would be awesome. GoFundMe is awful. Yeah, I was going to show a couple of videos, but I'm not sure if we'll even get away with this one. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm talking over it, and I don't have the sound on high enough to hear. Yeah, right, Crystal Shaman. Take your money back from GoFundMe. All right, Finest Planet. Yeah, so we have some interesting. What's that? Yeah, refunds that bankrupt them. Hi, Raw Dog. How you doing? Yeah, I think that that could be an avenue for getting back, taking back our power. I hope that that goes well. I think it should, because they don't have the right
Gotcha. Thank
to
you.
keep the money and distribute it as they want. Because the truckers were going to distribute it to the charities if they had money left over, which of course they probably would have, and that was going to be to their charities of their choice. Then, of course, we know that GoFundMe is part of the oligarch system, so it'll just donate to Planned Parenthood or transgender studies in India. Who knows?
Awesome it is to see those
You
veterans
know,
out
maybe
there
they could do
shoveling in
something good with
Ottawa
it. I
and
don't know,
doing all these positive
but
things
it's
that
not their place.
embrace the sense of community for the truckers. Right on, dudes.
I'd like to share something I shared in the room last night. My wife is from the Czech Republic, and we hear that over there they have
So that is
all
kind
the
of the crowd. Let's
vaccines
go take a look. I
and
wanted
masks,
to,
and
and I haven't in a while.
they say, "Go Canada, go."
Let's see. I wanted to take a look at that. Did take a look on my last broadcast about this, the news
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
on the trucker strike
That
from
just means you're getting closer to
the
heaven.
local news. Let's check out them again.
Yes, ma'am.
So are they showing the
If I
trucker
could just
strike?
direct attention to that picture that I just
Feds say
posted,
there's no
that is
role
the
for the military in
memorial
ending
shutdown
ongoing
soldier, and
protests.
those are some truckers
So
standing by.
that
We know lots of
in
streets are blocked
our
off
obscure
during that
little
last
world,
snowstorm. City vehicles were not
that
able
kind
to
of
make it there.
means, well, we might send
But
in the
truckers
military, and
band
probably
together and
will.
went up there and
I don't know.
shoveled it
They
and
don't
dusted it
seem
so
to
people can still go
have a
up
good
and pay their
record
respects.
of
So I just want that to be
keeping
something, the kind
their
of face
word.
of this movement,
Every
that
word
we've
they
got
say,
these
they
type of pictures
tend
that
to
can be
break.
shared around so that we can make sure that people are getting the right impression that this is not about
Let's see.
disrespect. This
What
is
else
a
do they have?
peaceful
Heavy police
movement. It's human
presence
first.
monitoring
There is
truckers'
a lot of
convoy.
celebration, and it
And people have,
wasn't
again,
amazing
have
to
had
hear all the noise
questions
and what
about
have
these
you
police
downtown.
that
But
I'm
people are
bringing up.
happy. People
Apparently,
are
there are
wanting
no
to
badge
be
numbers
free again, and I think
that are
that there's
visible.
so much that can
No
be
body
taken from
cam.
some of these more quiet
Now,
and
these are just speculations. Again, this is for
very
entertainment purposes only.
peaceful
So,
pictures
no body
of
cam.
all the
And
flames of horns and
I don't
everything
know.
else that we
Who are
focus
these
on the
officers?
meaning
I'd
of
like
this
to know.
movement. Thank you.
I think it's an important question that
I'm
needs
just
to be answered.
reminder
If these
that
are
the
local
convoy
officers, or
cannot
if
stand
these
alone in its moderation
are
lane,
officers
therefore
or
not
troops
having
from
contact
somewhere
with
else.
other
I don't know.
fellow channels for the convoy, nor do we have
RCMP begins
contact with
removing
the
protesters vehicle
We are
at
currently
Coots
waiting
border
for
crossing.
barricades set up from 5 meters.
Secondary
If there are
blockades is
truckers on
set
the
up.
ground, we can
That's
convoy
not
police.
entirely.
Any other
That
information,
is
you'll have
true.
to
They have
wait.
tried. We heard there are fines that they've given. In Ottawa, they
Now, I
tried
wouldn't call that
to
Twitter hate,
get the tow truck
and
drivers to start hauling the
Ms.
trucks
Holly
out,
in here doesn't have
but unfortunately, they all had COVID.
correct.
So,
As you
just
can
like
see,
the
we're
Prime
having
Minister has
now
COVID
she's up at
and is in
5
hiding right now.
by herself.
Not to tie up the
So,
channel or anything, but I can honestly say and speak for almost
if they
everyone
sent it
on
to
this
them
channel.
away, let's show that.
I'm
Said screw you and had to. Yep,
I can
that's
honestly
right.
say that this has never, will never happen again.
That is
And what
correct,
they
B.
did
Freeman. They're
to
cleaning up. They have a whole entire section where they've
it is
actually sections that they put all their
I've got
cleaning
no words.
equipment, snow shovels, all that kind of stuff. Um, put a semi trailer. Yeah. Well, they do have tow trucks for semi trailers. G sharp. They're bigger, much bigger. You don't see them that often, but they're out there. Yeah, that was MK Ultra. That's what I was wondering. That's the question I have. Is are these police officers, are they actually from the area?
Something I've known that I'll never see again.
Where the turdo is hiding? Where is Nice way to put it, Paul. In his basement. We thought he might have gone to Florida because he's got properties down there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they're calling them the Fringe. 1.5 million people. Isn't really a fringe in Canada. 1.5 is, we only have 27 million. So if you get to 2.7 million, which really conservatively you can say probably support this. That's 1% of our population that have shown, because worldwide, or sorry, countrywide, there's more than the 1.5 million Canadians around Canada that have protested. So, yeah, always the question: who's wearing the uniforms, right? Well, yeah, it's hard to get rid of something that's inside you. Yeah.
I got a bear
Okay.
right hand shoulder here, right below the exit.
You live in the woods, Singe? Nice. I'd love to live in the
Bears on the
woods.
road at 122. Copy.
That's 10 forward.
Tried to call it a white power movement. Yeah, the smears they tried was white supremacist, misogynist, and racist. Trudeau hit every talkie point that he could, and tried the smear campaign. They even found somebody in the crowd wearing a mask. Obviously, nobody in the crowd is wearing masks. They found somebody in the crowd carrying with a mask a Nazi flag, and there was one person protesting the Canada flag by drawing Nazi symbols on it. Hi, Anya. I caught your video. Awesome. Yep, we support defunding GoFundMe. So if you tell people to go and take their money back, that'll cost from the bank. If you get the bank to reverse the charges, it'll cost them $15 plus the amount you donated. So that could have a good effect.
That is awesome. I'm glad to hear such positivity.
By going that third party and crossing from any.
Andy, I wanted to say,
What's that?
your words touch me. I know I come in here every day.
Going third party and crossing from truckers picketing line is to be the most dangerous. Tractors union. Yeah, we have to watch what's going on.
So thank you so much for that. And Foxy,
Check all the pieces are in the same value. Yeah.
My daughter even thought that. So thank you, girls, and all the other men.
No better. Okay, I'm going to do a video today on lies and liars. No shortage around here. So yeah, these are the things that I'm concerned about with this. There's other things to be concerned about and keep an eye on.
There's definitely a lot of food, a lot of great people there.
Hi, Anya. Anya
safe.
did a great video. Let me go over here.
Yeah, they posted again, so I don't have to scroll back to find it. I will
Anya.
show the wife there.
So I
Mod
just
you.
posted a little map there, and that'll give you some perspective as to where Confederation Park is.
And
for
you can
anybody
post
that's
your
wondering.
video for us if you want there,
Feel
Paula.
free to
Or
utilize
Anya.
that if you're coming into the downtown area. You can always ask
Paula
any
can
mom or admin for any
post her
directions
video
or
already.
logistics. We're here to help, and that is the main focus, is not only supporting the truckers with their voices, but also
Yeah,
trying
third
to
parties.
support any
Um,
initiatives to
GoFundMe.
help,
Yeah.
With
Is up
logistics
Justin's
and
ours.
bringing
Yeah.
people
And
into
Justin's
shape, form, whether
up
it's
the arse of
resources,
Klaus Schwab.
boots on the ground,
And
fuel,
this is one thing I wanted to point out in
anything
this
that we can do
in this
to help,
video
this
was the
movement come
importance
together.
of knowing
So
who
if you
our
all
enemies
enjoy
are. Like
communication
Justin is our
with us,
enemy. Yes,
we
he's
appreciate you all on the
obviously
channel.
against
Shout out to
freedom
all
and
my
humanity
mods
in
and
Canada.
of course,
And
Mexico, and shout out
but
to the
he's
truckers.
working for
Shout out
greater
to all of the
partners. He
people
wants
that are
his seat on the
broadcasting
UN
and tuning in
Defense
as well. We
Council.
appreciate you guys. We love you all.
He's always
Sunday
wanted that. He's
goodness
been
for us.
buying that for years using Canadian money. They are criminals. You might go to Edmonton. Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome,
thank you for
Anya.
the folks doing this work. I mean, I
Um,
know it's
had a
thankless
session with
work, and
someone
you're
but
gonna
got
get yelled at
canceled.
all
Yeah.
day. People are gonna try to tear you
Yeah,
down.
I'm having a lot of streams
It's a pain in the
that are
butt,
live
but I
getting
really,
cut
really
off
appreciate what you're doing.
in Ottawa.
Hoping I can get there
I
soon
was
on
going
the
to bring
next
you a
one.
live stream. This is a live stream, but I was going to bring you a different one from VidStorm. Let's see if they're back on yet,
Can I get Hong
because
Kong?
they do often just restart. Okay, not yet. So we'll have to wait for them. But this is supposed to be live. I don't see much people moving around in this image. And they're showing one piece of dead highway.
A couple
And
things
I
I
talked
just
to
want
them
to
in
mention
chat
real
here,
quick, guys.
and
If
they're
you are seeing anything that
this
seems
is kind of a
suspicious,
propaganda
see
site,
something,
I
say
think.
something. Please
The
be warned.
moderators
Any law
were
enforcement there, not
supporting
just
the
law enforcement
barriers
down there,
being put up.
please be using your phones to
Um,
videotape, whether you go live,
yeah,
take
right.
pictures or videotape. We encourage everyone to
They
be
caught that one in
completely
Australia.
submissive and
That was
nonviolent.
ahead
This
of the
is
movement,
a
supposedly a
peaceful
bunch of weapons
protest,
and
and
drugs.
please be using
Oh,
law enforcement. Also, there are many forces down there. I need people to understand that
that's
it
what they
is
call
very
national security
cautious of
threats,
the
is
forces
their
that we
lies
keep
being
them.
exposed.
Are
Yeah.
many horses being
Well, we
harmed?
have,
And no one
we
is
do have
being harmed
people
due
speaking
to
out against what's going
irresponsible
on in our
behavior
parliament.
around these animals.
The voices are
Please
starting to
continue
come
to
out
keep this peaceful.
from our
We appreciate
politicians.
you all so much.
We had
And
Saskatchewan
always
has
loving
repealed.
and
Oh, I got myself in
concerned and considerate
a
behavior.
loop here.
This is what represents
An
Canada.
echo.
Thank you so much, guys.
Saskatchewan has repealed all mandates. They say they're going to do that by the end of the month. I don't know why they just don't do it now. I don't see what is holding it up, but that there could be a way to hold it off and say, oh, we're not doing it again, because we've been through that live before. In fact, everything that they have promised has been repealed and reversed, and it was all a lie.
Yes,
By
and
the
I
way,
know
don't
people
ever
that are
sign
bringing down
any
supplies. That is another good point of things that you can bring.
change.org
Anybody that
petitions.
wants
Thank
to
you,
bring
Anya.
earplugs to any of the various drop locations or staging areas,
A
I'm
lot of
sure they would
vibes
be
to sort
welcomed
out.
by a lot
Yeah.
of people. If you're bringing
Well,
down
there's a lot to
children,
watch.
I
We've
might
got to be careful
definitely
on what
encourage you
happens
to
here.
bring the noise
Now, I've heard
canceling
rumors that they're stopping food from coming into Ottawa and potentially trying to blame the truckers for this. But there's no reason that the trucker strike should stop food from coming into the city. They are around the capital. That doesn't. It's kind of isolated in Ottawa, so it makes no sense. So their lies will be called out eventually if that's what they're saying, if that's what they're doing. National. Yeah, national security is abused as much as anything.
Yeah, agreed, Mandy. And I was also a bit concerned about the visa with that.
They don't do it now because they have to pretend it was their decision. Yeah. This is yeah. So these are big concerns that we have to watch out for. Like, I don't know why the police are suddenly setting up barricades. They have two barricade lines at the border, but the tractors just went right around it. Hi, B. Freeman. Yeah, it is. It's high vibes, especially if you get the live feeds from inside the truckers' protest. It's very high vibes. They were bringing in food before and sharing it with the homeless and anybody who was hungry, making coffee, cleaning up the area. They have garbage bags. They've made the place better. The government's claim was they were spending $600,000 a day in taking care of them and cleaning up after them. Total fraud. They've totally maligned these people at every turn. But it is being called out. Justin called them misogynists and racists, but he was caught groping a reporter, and he's been in blackface more than he can count. He has no idea how many times he's done blackface. So, racist, misogynists, fringe. Well, hey, Justin, you're kind of the fringe now, aren't you? I don't run around in blackface, and I don't assault reporters, do I? I'm trying to get this.
Those
Yeah.
things have a different name on the mainland than they do on our island.
Exactly, Anya.
They are not grapes.
M. Bart Trucks. It's autonomous trucking. Okay. Elon Musk is doing driverless vehicles. Yeah, I've seen that. And that was one of my first concerns with the trucker strike on my previous video. was the driverless trucks that they're potentially bringing out. Now, this isn't, none of it's confirmed, of course, but Fringe is good, right? So what we can do is we can put out these concerns. Don't put them out as hateful or anything like that. Just knowing that these possibilities exist for this to go wrong and what ways we can see it going. Putting up
I've never ever seen them on the mainland before.
union truck drivers get serious. Yeah, I wish the union would get behind the truck drivers. They so far have not backed the truckers. They're claiming it's 20% of the trucks in Canada right now, which is not a fringe group. That represents a huge section of Canada. Our population isn't that big.
I need it right now.
And if I was to text
Yeah, we have to, and I want you guys, even if you're not creators, spread the word about these concerns, because we need to be prepared for these things if they do happen. And if it's in people's minds, we can potentially stop them.
No, definitely not.
Like these truckers have taken initiative right now with cleaning and that, and helping out the homeless. And they can do that even further. They can offer to help these grocery stores and stuff. If this is the case, if they stop all the food from coming into Ottawa, they can offer these grocery stores that they will go and get their food free of charge. You know, there are options and ways to get around this. And these are creative, compassionate people, and they know that this fight is worth every penny that everybody has. It's worth it all, because the globalists are putting all their cards out, and they're not going to really back down. We might get back off mandates, but in some respect, they will always try to keep them. We have, they can't give up on this. They spent too much on the passports. They spent all the money. Like, the money has been spent on vaccines. The money has been spent on passports, the technology for that, which they're going to use at the end. They'll all be hooked up to the Gotham system, which worthy of, yeah.
No disrespect. It's okay if you're
Always shutting down, punishing, yeah.
very proud of my French heritage.
Never the why, yeah. Well, that's what's going to be the future if we don't win this now, if we don't fight this out right now. I thought 2 years ago would have been the time to fight it out and say, yeah, right, the union is a joke, and say no, but that didn't happen. A few people, and they're getting good at pointing them out. Like both of those cases that I told you about, where the Canadian flag was shown with Nazi symbols, and that the Nazi flag made its way in there, and there was also a Union Jack, or a rebel flag that came in. And the people carrying these flags were always wearing their masks, never identified themselves. When approached and confronted, they immediately ran and left the crowd. So
help my neighbor get on
these provocateurs.
I love this channel. She's an
Excuse me.
absolute supporter of everything that you're doing. If you could trust her, that would be great. Her ID is 5 farms.
These provocateurs are being called out and identified. So to get them into the middle of the crowd will be difficult.
Pending in my contacts, so you can hit me up there.
Pull this up. Yeah, I know about the electric trucks.
They're in support of something.
I can't pull it up.
Everybody's got the chance to voice their opinion.
We can't copy and paste from here. Let me share.
Especially us English, we've been fighting each other for centuries. Keep up the sport. It's all good.
Addy, I've never heard him called that,
Yep.
but that might be the
So
other name
it's
that
dark.
Nufu was talking about. I will let everybody off the hook.
Self-driving. Yep, that's pretty much what we think there that might be a possibility.
10-4. They are cloudberries everywhere else, but because we have to be different, they are fake apples to us.
Hi, Paula. How you doing?
Someone said any cause that brings the English and French together in Canada is clearly a cause worth fighting for.
Yeah. So get these points out to people. Who are the police? Why do they not have body cams? Why do they not have badge numbers? Are they local police? Why are they putting
I
up
love that
barricades?
message. Thank you.
You know, why are there rumors that they're going to stop all the food from coming into Ottawa and blame the truckers? Because that's a possibility, and it's a good idea that the rumor of a possibility gets around. Whether it's true or not, thought is good to have.
He's clearly a white nationalist. His name is very obvious.
Are they tart like a partridge berry, or are they sweet?
Yeah, or contract. Yeah, they haven't honored the contract. They haven't honored the contract that his father was forced to sign.
How long is the laws of people that want to be free? And how long
Yeah.
is a law to say you have to take the jab? It's like 2,000, 3,000.
That's right. Oh, here's my coffee. Hold on a moment, guys.
Let's go digging, man. Here's a shovel.
Okay, yeah, because our backyard is full of blueberries and partridge berries. We could pick gallons out there.
Yeah, Eddie, I think it's funny because I moved to the mainland and worked in a restaurant and could not figure out what a cloudberry was to save my life.
I'd like to redirect everyone's attention to trying to keep the chat peaceful and welcoming. We want to be kind to each other, and we want to keep focused on what's important here, and that is the truckers, that is all of the families that are headed downtown today to support them, and anybody else who might decide to show up. We want to make sure it remains safe for everyone. So I want to clarify that this is a supportive and friendly, peaceful movement, and that we want to keep that theme going by remaining to be kind and friendly to one another.
Hey, Noof, have you ever been to Black Tickle?
I've been to Black Tickle, and I'll tell you this, guys, for the non-Newfies listening, I've gone.
Thank you for your patience there.
To get to
My coffee just arrived. I had to pour it out. So, pour it into a different cup. Yeah, so there is some good news, Raw Dog. They were planning on taxing the unvaccinated in Quebec, and they have since repealed that idea. And that because that just leads down a whole host of problems there, and that can be fought with. Like if you smoke, should you pay extra tax? Because you're unvaccinated, you should pay extra tax. Well, what if you smoke? What if you drink? What if you're overweight? What if you don't exercise? Should you be taxed for these things? And of course, if we brought in the social credit score system with the vaccine passport, they could do that. They could say you haven't moved enough in today, so we're going to put a little bit of an extra tax on you. You ate too many donuts today. You need a little extra tax. Your body mass index level has gone up. You need an extra tax. It's ridiculous.
Why don't we try and share something a
What's
little
that, Finance
different?
Planet?
Earlier today, we shared our favorite hot beverage. How about our favorite snack? What's y'all's favorite snack food?
I have a feeling
myself,
truckers can't
definitely
run in California
a
without
little bit
upgrade
weak
their
for
exhaust
gluten.
system.
Always a good
Oh,
time for
okay.
curds and French
That's
fries.
interesting. Yeah, the truckers do have refrigerators, cooking equipment, and stuff, but if they stop food from coming in, they won't be able to do anything with it. They do have fuel trucks in there at the moment, but I don't know if they're going to stop those from going in as well.
You have to go through Dildo.
Yeah, the border is shut down in Alberta, so that's one of their goals was to shut down the border. They're stopping medicine and food from going in there, but the truckers just drove around the blockade. So that really didn't work. They're on the prairies, so there's a lot of open space.
Mandy, what did you
So,
call them?
and they have tractors, and these tractors can just clear the way, and the trailers will just fall behind.
Has no other meaning. It's a Nazi dog.
Hi, Desert Rose.
Like, there's no excuse for it.
So there have been some wins in this. As I said, Saskatchewan has repealed all mandates. They say they're going to do it in a month. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. There are people speaking out in Parliament, so this is all going well.
Yeah, just timing in about the
This site, I'm not too pleased with these guys. They're too on the fence. You know. Let's take a look in here.
Can someone send me information?
Where was that?
Confirm factually that that's what that name means. Would you want to hit me up in a DM?
There you are.
Otherwise, if you could focus as a moderator
Nope,
here,
there you
I'm
are.
asking you to change the direction of the chat. It is not the place to sit here and bicker. Maybe you're missing that.
Okay.
I'm going to start muting y'all. I'm not saying that your voices shouldn't be heard, but let's keep it off the main channel. Understood?
You got a link for that, buddy?
So these moderators are decent people. I had a little bit of a back and forth with one of them when I was in here. He was standing behind the police and their blockades, saying that it was for crowd control because there was too many people going down there. I disagreed with him immensely because the crowds can regulate themselves. If there's too many people down there, people will start to mill into other areas. That's just the nature of people. They don't need the police and blockades to help them distribute properly. In fact, blockades limit the ease of distribution of people. So that really in itself kind of falls apart as an argument for blockades in my mind.
Truckers. Their spirits are high.
I don't know if you guys can read the chat or not, but most people are for the truckers. There was occasional person condemning, but I haven't seen many.
Very eye-opening experience for them. Many of them stating that the media has been absolutely incorrect in what they're trying to portray.
Many don't even know what it's about, eh?
But I will say that spirits were high down there. We have truckers that were shoveling the walkways.
Yeah, the provocateurs that they did send in with the flags, hi James Ortiz, were masked. They wouldn't identify themselves, and when confronted, they ran
it was just
for the hills. They just didn't stick around, you know.
Seeing happiness and joy in people, it was just.
Yeah, the social credit score is where they want to take us. That way they can carbon tax us as well. Completely tracking all of your movements is the way to go with that, right?
Well, you know, I can see all sides of the island, I guess.
100% for you, Karen Lynn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they'd love to have the social score in the States, more control. Yeah, well, that's total control. You know, the idea would be that it's illegal to leave your phone at home, that you'd have to have your phone on you at all times to do any transaction, to even engage in society. And that's just wrong, you know. Total autonomy is one of the paramounts of freedom. You know, freedom to go where I want, when I want, without being observed and tracked and monitored. You know, not to say that tracking and monitoring people is a bad thing at its, you know, if used properly. Total autonomy, that's really 1984's, right?
Just another report in from Vancouver. Looks like the convoy this weekend is bigger than the convoy last weekend. I didn't think that could be possible. Good show of support out here in Vancouver.
No one needs mind control, yeah. And then, you know, there's the marketing and the persuasion. And once the marketing is gone, once we've been reduced to having nothing, owning nothing, the marketing ceases and the mind control starts, because then your perception needs to be controlled, which it is
Yeah,
being at the moment.
the place I'm talking about is at the west, a little northwest of St. Anthony, and it's a little island, population about 80. There's more snowmobiles than there are people.
There was not 12 million people
Let's
in
see
Ottawa.
what they're saying.
Let's get the troll.
Not much. Love Newfoundland.
Checking in. Couldn't make it to Ottawa
There are
last
still
night.
truckers
Just
coming
joined in
into
from
this,
Detroit.
so I don't
Pretty
know.
slow roll through
They are
Niagara.
showing the
Anybody out
trucks
there
here
with me
going
in this slow
through.
roll? We got
They have to cross a bridge to get
10-4, you're off the
to
coast of
the
Labrador.
capital.
That's the black tickle I was talking about.
Pull that up for you.
It's a heck of a spot to be. I'd love to get up that way. I've never made it to the big land in Labrador at all. So I'm still working on places on the island, let alone trying to get up to Labrador.
Yeah, Roger that. No, it was quite an experience. They resettled that place once from another place there.
The day I'm heading into Kamloops right now. I'm about 40 minutes away, and we're going to be having our own slow roll there.
And I wanted to show you guys this because it's really kind of cool. Let's go right in here.
And I'm honestly surprised it hasn't been resettled out of there. It's a lot harder to resettle the Labrador
Ottawa.
than it was the big
Okay,
land.
I'm going to switch from this stream here. So here's Ottawa. That's Carleton University. Ottawa South. So let's see, Billings Bridge. You can see there's a lot of water in Ottawa, a lot of waterways. Let's take a look around East Gardens. Okay, let's House of Commons. Parliament Hill, here we are. So this is where the trucker strike is taking place. Let's take a look down here, see if we can get street view. So here we are down at Canada's capital. Let's take a look at the buildings, because I like doing that. Let's get a good close-up look. Look at all those bricks, all seemingly different sizes, all perfectly put together. That's quite the skill level, I would say. This would be a bricklayer's nightmare to put this together. And look here, what do we have here? Is that a nub or a knob? Let's take a look here. Can we go forward? No. So that's one of Canada's capital buildings. Let's take a look over here. Let's get on the road. Come on. Well, can't move for some reason. Probably dropped on the wrong spot. Let's go back. Try that again. Let's try it there. Looks like we're on the street now. Okay. Yes, we are. Okay, let's go down the street of in Canada here. These buildings here, beautiful. So I thought I'd show you guys some of the buildings in Canada that are quite nice. Let's see. Let's get down here. another one of the buildings. Let's take a close-up look at the brick. And of course, it's all multi-shaped brick, almost none the same size. Just amazing brickwork, eh? Let's see what your comments are. Definitely old world. Could not, yeah. Could or could be not, maybe. That's a trick. Yeah, man, technology, yeah. Do you see how the brickwork is done? Like that's amazing. I'm not a bricklayer, but that looks like a bricklayer's nightmare to lay that brick down. No, it's not. Google Maps isn't showing traffic in Ottawa right now. Yeah, love old buildings. So let's take another more of a look. Let's go down the street a bit. Now, there are a lot of what we would call old world buildings here. Even this one, look at the brickwork on that. Like those are huge, huge masonry bricks or cement or whatever they're made of, you know. They're huge. And this is one large, large building, again, with masonry that would be a bricklayer's nightmare. Like, I would not want to lay this brick. Look at the different shapes in it. That's just ridiculous. That would be an absolute nightmare to do. Look at the aging on it as well. And doesn't it look like some of them, like this one here, like they have those knobs on them? You know what I mean? Like the cyclopean rock work that has the nubs. Little nubs sticking out. See? Look at this one right there. It looks like a nub sticking out of one largish brick. And the one above it as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? See? Right here? Look at these. Aren't those strange? Here's one off to the side. It's kind of angular. You know, that is some heavy duty brickwork, you know, or stonework to fit all of that together. I wouldn't want to do it. Let's take a look around. Where are we here? Cool. This building here, a church, again with the exaggerated brickwork. Another building. Jeez. They're just all over the place. Let's take a look. Let's go back. Oh, look at this building. Love the brickwork on this. Let's take a look up close. That's very well fitted. Looks like it could be some type of a cement. Beautiful. Cool. 33rd degree Mason, super Tartarian work. Yeah, could be. You can only build so high before you have to let the mortar dry. That's right. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Let's go to the library, House of Commons Library. Okay. You guys are going to like this one. Let's drop the little guy right there. So this is the Capitol building, library. I don't think I can move from this position. But right around here you can see all the old buildings they saved. We were by these ones over here on Wellington Street. Even here, look at the brickwork here. Nothing the same shape, except for possibly this repair work looking stuff here. That might be repair work. I don't know. Hard to say. But a beautiful building. I can't move around here. Let me back up. Let's go to a roadway. So this, I don't know if this is live. I doubt it. Canada 150. That's the 150th anniversary. Okay. So all these people are in the way. Let's go back. Try that again. I'm sure they will never show. Let's try right there. Let's take a look at some of the buildings this way. We're on the road now. Let's see if we can take a turn. Okay, we can take the corner. Okay, let's take a look at this building here. Nice. Both of them lovely. Look at the differing colors in the brick and stonework. Looks like this down here is stonework, and this up here appears like it could be masonry, like cement. Look at how fitted those pieces are. If they're stone, they have a very thin mortar. And that looks like a facade. Let's get back on the road here. Again, the brickwork here is just amazing. Let's go up here. It's a very castle-like looking building here. Let's check out the brickwork on this one. It does look more modern, but let's take a look. Very nice. looking building. Very uniform brickwork, so probably a later, less skilled work. Although we do have up here, oh, okay, I see these bricks, some of them go right around the corner. There is a corner here, but some of the bricks actually go, you can see the overlapping at the top here. I can't put it in any closer. But these bricks are going around the corner. They're cornered bricks, like Cyclopean. Look at that. That's amazing. Right where the square is, there's three examples right there. These bricks do go around the corner. They don't meet at the corner. They actually go around the corner. That's amazing. Turn to glass, maybe. You have my email, don't you? It's a possibility for sure. What's yeah, possibility for sure. That looks a bit molded. It does. It does. The corners here, I can't really see it on the video here. Well, there's only one of you here. Did you know that? YouTube is 19. Okay. They did that to VidStorm. I was watching VidStorm, their live feed from Ottawa, and they told him he had 6 viewers, but there were 20,000. So they're playing with the numbers. It's hilarious. Love you too, Truth Loops. Nice to meet you. Destination B 874. Give it a go. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Here, I'll put it right here. Second. Maybe that'll go through. Let's go back to the trucker strike for a minute. Not really. Let's see. No, 8 day. So they're not. They don't have any new images, unfortunately. I have so many tabs open. I can hear myself in the background. Let's see, where am I? Pause myself.
First time I've had any
Okay.
in 2 years, and my kids have suffered so much.
You got too much EMF? That sucks.
My boys have been so depressed, and
The elements, what?
so much.
Yep.
Go truckers, go.
Convoy East, that is the plan. We need as many trucks to
Oh,
get
maybe.
to Mel
Yeah.
Lassman Square in the southbound lanes and go as far south as possible.
Just find some.
Peter, Mel Lassman Square, is that in North York? Or am I reading that wrong?
Yeah, you can use that email.
And they had a sign, exhale the past, inhale the future.
Newfoundland, that is correct. Mel Lassman Square is in North York.
Yeah, we'll
It
share
connects
up
to
stuff.
Dundas,
Yeah,
which connects
awesome. I'm
to
glad you guys can meet.
That's a good one.
10-4, okay. There's a bit of confusion in the Toronto group there. People were saying Mel Lassman Square.
Yeah, since Christmas
sense.
Day,
Clarify before I said something.
or actually Christmas Eve, Finest Planet, my area has been under bombardment. They hit us with 74 reading on the ElectroSmart app. 72 the next day on Christmas Day. And then on Boxing Day, they hit us with another 74 and backed it down to 72. And they've been there ever since. And 72 is the measurement that made everybody sick in the first pandemic. It's not having the same effect because I don't think it is because of the amount of toxins in
Hey,
people's
girl, I
system.
accepted you. Now I don't know how
They're
to.
calling it
how to-
Omicron, but if you don't have enough toxins to be expressed, you won't have any cell death. And then if you don't have that, they can't detect their little buggies or whatever they claim they are.
Contacts and channels. You're going to click on your
They've turned it up there too, eh?
Hold down, and there'll be a search bar at the top. You can type in each other's name.
You're welcome,
And
Crystal.
then you'll be able to
Ears
find your
dull, ringing.
contacts and then
Oh,
go into
yeah, I get a
search,
high-pitched whine
both
if I
adding
planet.
each other.
I suffer severely from EMF radiation. Everything from headaches, aching teeth, gums,
Anyone in downtown
nose
Ottawa
aches,
right now,
headaches.
how's the
You
atmosphere?
know, I've found ways to protect myself. Clothing is a way. Copper, wearing lots of copper. Copper will absorb the frequencies. And I found a copper with a negative pole of a battery seems to help as well. Also grounding. You got to do lots of grounding if you can. That'll help as well.
Thank you. Can't wait to hear from her.
Yeah, ringing in the ears and headache. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely a symptom. So yeah, you got to learn. We have to find ways to protect ourselves. Clothing is expensive. You can buy material and put it on your bed to cover yourself. There's several different ways to protect yourself. Getting a grounded blanket is another way.
Is contacting your local MPs and voicing your concerns.
Buying the ingredients and trying it. What's that?
So I think it's very important that you contact the people that represent you so that your voices can be heard.
I just jumped in with the Kamloops convoy here, just west of Kamloops, and there's a couple hundred vehicles here. And that's pretty
Okay.
good for a small town.
Attitudes are mixed in my area. Harvest Church on the west side of the county, Essex County, Canada.
Yeah, don't get into a funk.
Very aggressive in your face.
A lot of times now, I've told people this before about the lily wave. So I want to reinforce this for you guys because they're probably going to use it immensely. I got a new EMF meter.
I'm up for you guys, and I wish I was up there in Ottawa right now.
And I've been able to actually, this has been very helpful. Right now it's going off like crap because I'm near the computer. But you can find sources in your house and protect yourself from them. The electrical wires coming off like computers and that, they put out immense radiation. So you can find these sources and shield yourself from them or eliminate them or minimize them. And it can be helpful that way. You can use the ElectroSmart app or a EMF detector on your phone will work for finding these fields and detecting them. So give them a try. You can clean up your area around you. I've found putting up shielding over my computer helps. I have, you can get grounded cables for your computer and other devices that are actually grounded around the outside of the wire. They're not just a wire with a ground. The actual covering for the wire is grounded. They're a bit more expensive, but well worth it, especially if you're suffering with electrical fields. So that can be used on you, and that can help. Yeah, me too. So that type of thing will help. I found it helped with some of my toothaches in my house. I don't get that as often. It still happens occasionally. When I'm outside and traveling, that happens on an often basis, just from traveling under power lines. It's mostly power lines doing it because they've upgraded in my area all of the power systems. They've added to the substations and made them bigger. So they're putting out a lot more power right now. I don't know where they're getting the power from though.
2 p.m. in the nation's capital. It's just
Yeah, check into it.
below 25
And learn to
degrees
and
in the
find out the sources around you that could be affecting you, and you can limit them.
quick question for you guys. What is your favorite activity to do with your family when you have the freedom to do so before mandates were enacted? What was your
So you've
favorite
gotten hit
pastime?
again,
Myself
Crystal?
and
Is
my
that what
daughter were
you
huge
said
concert goers. We used to go to all
earlier?
kinds of festivals
That you
and
got
various concerts
zapped again?
together, and that was one of our absolute joys. Didn't matter what kind of concert it was, jazz, blues,
I was
rock,
worried about that
didn't
with the
matter. We went
crowd
to
here,
all concerts, and
is
it
that they
was
might
Tesla
start
Coffee. We
using
met
the
1,000 artists in my day. But
wireless weaponry
yeah, what's your favorite
on them.
pastime to do with your
It doesn't
family?
seem like they have. And
I'd love some
another
dinner,
problem with
also
that
go
too
on
is the
motorcycle
trucks,
and go over to
most
the
of them being
States and
made of
just enjoy
thick
a
metal,
nice ride.
will bounce the beams in erratic directions, hopefully rendering them ineffective.
We love going to the movies.
That's my hope, anyways.
My family and I go on a yearly cruise, and we haven't been able to do that. We sure miss it.
My daughter up in Barrie, waiting for this to be over so she can finally get married.
My family participates in a Civil War reenactment down at Fort Knox every year.
Oh, cool, God. I've actually heard about a lot of those events where people are reenacting
Just
things
still
like that. It
recovering?
sounds
Okay,
really interesting.
that's
I've
good.
seen
Glad to
actually
hear.
people walking
Well,
around
not glad to hear that
with
you're
swords
recovering,
and what
because
have you. Very interesting.
that's
Yeah, it's
painful.
a really nice atmosphere
That's
down
a
there.
horrible thing to have to
Everyone's having a
go
good
through.
time together.
Yeah, we couldn't go to the parks with the kids or walks because of the restrictions.
Yeah, and also with the power lines, they can send. I wanted to make good mention of this, the Lily Wave.
You know what would be awesome?
You can look it up.
We all
The
sing
Lily
"O
Wave,
Canada,"
created
and
by
then we
John
all
C.
sing the
Lilly
American
for the
national
Navy.
anthem.
It travels on a 60 hertz carrier wave, which is the same carrier wave, the same frequency as used in our house systems and wiring. So that can be used to send the Lily Wave, which is an emotional feedback system. And negative emotions can be fed through this system and affect us. So if you're aware of it, yeah, that double L in the middle there, Steve-O. So Lilly. If you're aware of these things happening to you, you can ignore them. You can put them aside by realizing that this is not you having these emotions, these negative emotions. And this is critical to understand that they're being put on you, because there are people out there who have cleansed themselves, done their shadow work, but then they keep getting more shadow work coming at them from the past. And these are remembrance. These are old triggers that they're hitting. So they do that. They repeat things back. If they can find a small negative, they'll repeat it back to you. And your job is to just realize it, put it aside, and try to redirect yourself into a more positive way of thinking about that type of thing. The same thing you're thinking about, but more in a positive way. Like I learned something from that. We always learn something from our experiences. So if we can take that to heart and say that even the negative things we learn from, and not dwell on them, but realize them for the growth that they've given us, and then put them aside for a more positive feeling.
Are getting taken care of with ease, and that nobody is
There's
being
some
left
activity,
behind.
bad things
Yes,
in the
we
astral
definitely
planes.
have
Yeah,
been
there
working
could well be.
together as teams. We've created
But if there are negative,
teams,
there's
and we're
probably
doing the best
positive
we
as
can.
well.
Because I want to remind everybody that
So
everybody involved with this
that would be
channel and
my
its
hope.
operations are strictly volunteers. We are doing this on a
Hey, Jules.
volunteer
Yeah,
basis.
right, Jules. Learning from everything.
Isn't it
Exactly.
amazing how Canadians can build an infrastructure of people, volunteers, in such a short period of time to
Yep.
help
Got to sweep some
back
snow.
something so beautiful
Okay.
as
Yeah, we're at an
working
hour.
together for freedom?
I just wanted to get this information out and touch base with you guys. So put that out there. Make videos if you want about the truckers' strike and the cautions that we should be taking. Tell people about them. Again, that's the police. Who are they? Are they from Ottawa? Why are they putting up barricades? And are they stopping food from coming into Ottawa? I don't know for sure. I know they're putting up barricades.
How many trucks are
So
in
get that
Ottawa?
word out, and
So as far
hopefully
as
we
checks,
can
I do
catch
not have an
any
exact
false
number, but I
flags
can tell you that the
and
Dunedin and
preempt
South line is holding
anything
firm.
that the
All of downtown Ottawa,
government,
the general tour
the
around Parliament,
illegitimate
will
government
likely
seems
be
at this point,
packed
is
with
doing.
various trucks and vehicles that are
Power
coming
lines,
on
yeah.
board. We're still working on gathering
You saw
a
ghosts and
lot
entities on the way
better
back
idea
when.
of
There's
the
still very strange
role
areas.
of
Yeah.
Ottawa, and
Now,
especially now
I will
that
tell you
the
something else. A lot of people are
Globalist
putting out
group
videos that
cites
birds are
Leslie Garvey
attacking
himself as
5G
a
cell
confirmed,
towers.
verified
They aren't
supporter
attacking them.
who is part of the
They're
convoy.
gathering
And we will
underneath them.
relay that information to you guys,
And the reason
bringing
they're
you
doing
the
that is because
factual
birds are
information
smart.
as we get it.
If you're
So if
directly
the
underneath
ground
a
is
cell
okay,
tower,
that'd be great, 'cause, for
you
some of the
won't be
echoing
hit
that
by
I
the
dealt with.
microwaves. They do
They
not
moved
point
us
down,
people here
they
to go
point
there.
outward.
That's for sure.
So
That's a
the
pretty
birds are
good
actually
idea. I
protecting
suspect
themselves
the parts of
and
those
getting
that
to an
are
area
lighted
that is
so
probably virtually EMF free because they're near a large grounded
Water that goes
metal
right there at the
structure
bottom, it goes right through back to the
like
ocean
we
again,
should
and there's
be,
a muscle bar that goes across there. When the
and
tide
we
goes
should
out,
be
it goes
grounded.
across a muscle bar.
And
And
they're out of the beam of the wireless technology. So one of the safest places to be is directly underneath a cell tower. Just thought you guys might want to know that. All right, guys. I'm going to cut this off. So put the word out about the strike because a lot of people haven't heard about it. And you guys are starting a strike down there. So let's get on board and let's make some changes. Hopefully this can go our way. We can get rid of the globalists and end this stupidity. You know. So much love to you all. Have a great day. Keep that third eye open until class tonight. Use your intelligence and your intuition.
Probably going to grab it this summer.